So there's a lot of different moves in to be a penguin. No, sorry. Sorry. So I can start to talk about, hello penguin, when you arrived here yesterday, how is the feeling to stand here in the middle of St. Agnes and being a part of my exhibition? So the whole idea about the penguin shape and form is coming from the balloon. I've been working since 2010, where I created my first balloons. And actually a couple of years later, I start to understand at that time of my life, I just had a burnout in 2009, and I was trying to find happiness, love. I was trying still to find acceptance outside myself. So I somehow thought the best thing is to send out a wish. And you can send out a wish with a balloon. So I think one of the main reasons was to send out a lot of balloons and wishing for trying to find balance in life and so on. And maybe some of you know, I work around the topic of balloons a lot. How do you feel when you see a balloon flying over the skies? There's a story behind normally. And the story keeps on going, of course. And last year, I tried to create, or the year before, but last year at 303 Gallery in New York, I started to create other creatures, other dialogues with balloon animals, I would say, underwater creatures, I would say, trying to see how does it work when I draw them. First I do a hand drawing of the animal I like, then we make it in a technical, I would say, in a computer, then we can blow it up with the computer, then we start to work on how this folding is look like in a way. So when it came to this show, which I've been working on, I would say since 2000, for 9 years, the last time I was here is 9 years ago, we had many ideas, me and Johan, I would say, and also my studio. We're working a lot, having big sculptures, small sculptures, walking up, flying, jumping, high, blah, 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 everything. And of course, finding the right idea for this space also for me right here in this moment of my life. Trying to bring a more personality into the sculpture where the balloons has a personality, but it also reflects you. So you are somehow giving that, how to say, that object a personality, and you becoming the object. Here you have an object, you reflect yourself, so you see, so you have a dialogue with it, and it's somehow falling down from the skies, and it still look very light. And maybe it is very light, and maybe it's a little bit heavier than the balloon. That's why they're standing. So trying to invite, how to say, the animal, which giving a lot of personality. And since I was a child, I had pondus in Denmark, which was, I think, you're putting in money in the back of this small plastic thing to save money as a child. So it has a kind of a funny dialogue. And then I think that right now, for me, is again trying to inspire people to find out who am I in their lives, and to show these personalities. And if you look at one of them or some of the other ones, how much personality they have if they just bend their neck down. And it's almost the same as when we are working with our body language, depending on how the mood is that day. Of course, it's very different. If we're coming into a meeting, look like this, or if you're coming like this, then it's very different in a way, how you approach the space, but also how you approach your life. So again, let's see which kind of animals who will grow out of this, I would say, small family of penguins who trying to stand on a small stone and be loved, maybe, and not to feel alone, like we are. So you're not allowed to pet them, but for me the size is very important, and of course the reflection. The size, of course, is kind of bringing in a very big personality, but also that they are looking up to us, and we are looking down. So who is the object, and who is actually the artwork, and who is living a life in a balance. The reflection is for me, of course, since many years, very important to be able to look yourself in the mirror. Who am I when I dare to look into the mirror? Is it me I see, the shape in the object, or is this something which just reflects something else? And I worked a lot on mirrors and trying to look myself, finding out who am I and what's going on when you reflect different situations in life and in spaces inside and outside, and also inside and outside us. And I think that bring me again to be able to open up my heart even more when I dare to show that I'm fragile, that I can be hurt, that I have a balance in life which go up and down, like the waves, and that's why these are all standing on stone, of course. But a big part of life is my surfing, which is standing on a wave. But it's not about only standing on a wave, it's about the whole idea about meeting the ocean in a way, going out, feeling. It could be rainy, it could be snowing, it could be a beautiful rainbow, and there could be a sea lion coming up and a dolphin coming up saying hello to you if you're lucky. But just to be out there and feeling the nature, and the waves is a little bit like, it's like our breath in a way. So the waves start to rise, and it's like our inhale, and the wave getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And in the end, when our inhale is so much down in the stomach, it stops because it's full. The point of the wave is start to break, and it's always exhale somehow. So I always trying to, when I talk personally with me and my penguins, I always trying to be aware of my breath all the time and invite these beautiful small personalities into my life. And so I hope that they will fall in love with you as well, and you will fall in love with them, and they can maybe we can inspire each other somehow to find a way through life which can be maybe easier, maybe with more love and compassion, which I think the world needs right now. So you are never really alone.